What's going on, guys? I'm Jay the Black. Shout out to everybody that's tuning in. I want to talk about this clown show that was on Comedy Central in regards to Kamala Harris going on Charlamagne the God, but I'm going to call him Leonard because I'm going to be speaking to Leonard, but she went on Charlamagne the God show to speak to Leonard. And she got a question from Charlamagne about basically who's the president. And she got very offended by this. She really did. As a matter of fact, there's a clip here. I'm going to play a little bit of it. So hopefully I don't have any issues with copyright. If that's the case, I'll probably just have to take it out. But I want y'all to hear how upset she got and how, you know, how she loves Joe Biden. Well, she didn't say she loved him, but how she is respecting the hierarchy. She's the vice president, he's the president, even though they don't like each other.
President of this country, is it Joe Manchin or Joe Biden, Madam Vice President?
Come on, Charlamagne.
Come
on. It's Joe Biden.
I can't tell.
No.
The reason why Charlamagne asked that question is because even though Joe Manchin is basically one of them, right? You know, he has stood on more principles than most Democrats have, and they hate him for that. Jamel Hill even has called out Joe Manchin. Now you got Charlamagne the God in his own way tried to call him out. I don't know if he was expecting her to react this way, or maybe this was something that he knew that she would react because, you know, Kamala is an actress, okay? She's an actress. She pretends she hid for most of this year's presidency. She's hid, especially when Joe Biden has gotten himself caught up. She's hid, okay? And she does not like to take accountability for nothing that's going on. And she's doing this interview now as sort of like a way of damage control and reaching out to the people when we all know Kamala Harris to care less about the people.
No. It's Joe Biden. It's Joe Biden. And don't start talking like a Republican about asking whether or not he's president. It's Joe Biden.
Do you think Joe Manchin is a problem?
It's Joe Biden. And I'm vice president, and my name is Kamala Harris. And the reality is, because we are in office, we do the things like the child tax credit.
Okay, she's getting in a bunch of nonsense about the things that they're doing for black people. You haven't done an ounce of anything, Kamala. Kamala, you have not done, you and Joe haven't done an ounce of anything for anybody black that you claim that you're doing. See, you're the mixed face that they put out there to do these interviews with Charlamagne to sort of, to basically show black people that you're trying and you're not. Not all of us are dumb. Not all of us are going to believe the political lies that they have been spewing for years and decades and years and decades. It's over and people are waking up. This is why Kamala Harris is doing this interview, and she's getting quote unquote upset because she realizes the jig is up. We know what's going on. We know that you're out here delivering empty promises. You've cut off the student loan protection, right? So now people have to go back to paying off their student loans, and it's over. It's over. People are seeing right through you. And again, I'm not a deeply political person. I don't necessarily lean Democrat or Republican, but I lean on the side of right. And I'm not saying right, but I lean on the side of honesty, and what I see and what I know is going on. And what I know is going on is that Democrats want this country to become a third world country to preserve their power. So they're willing to ruin this country in order to preserve the power that they have. This is why you have the Nancy Pelosi's, who's like elderly, still in power, right? Chuck Schumer's, even in the Republican side. Mitch McConnell, a dinosaur, okay? Selfish, greedy politicians. You have them on both sides. But for so long, there were a group of people that support a political party that does nothing for them. And Kamala Harris's point of doing this interview was to sort of be put as the mixed face out there to ensure black people to continue to support them. Let's get into this article. Vice President Kamala Harris bristled Friday after TV host Charlamagne the God, who is Leonard, asked her who the nation's real president is. I want to know who the real president of this country is. Is it Joe Biden or Joe Manchin? Charlamagne asked on his Comedy Central show, The God Honest Truth. It's funny how these politicians are quick to go on a Comedy Central show. While he and Harris discussed Democratic Senator Manchin's opposition to some liberal spending legislation being debated on Capitol Hill, Harris answered that President Biden was the nation's leader and then expressed disappointment with the question. Why? Because he asked a question that people might find either amusing or informative. Did you think he was going to ask you who your favorite rapper was? Come on, Charlamagne. She said, no, it's Joe Biden. She repeated as he tried to give his reasons for the question. And don't start talking like a Republican. Well, Kamala, you're basically a Republican. You don't want all these undocumented immigrants coming to this country. You enjoy locking up people. You're more conservative than the people that voted for you. About asking whether or not he's president and is Joe Biden and I'm vice president. My name is Kamala Harris. She added defiantly. She added the Democrats have a razor-thin majority in the Senate, with Harris holding a potential deciding vote on any ties between 50 Republicans and 48 Democrats plus 2 independents who caucuses with them, and claimed that Republicans were united in opposition to the administration's agenda. I don't see that. I see a lot of support for each other with some of these bills that are coming up, and I don't see much opposition at all from the leadership of the Republicans. So it's like these people are basically working together but not working together almost. That's why I don't lean any position because a lot of those people who've been there way too long are corrupt. Charlamagne argued that Manchin, a moderate Democrat from West Virginia who sometimes bucks his party, was holding up progress and hurting black people with his votes. This is the idiocy that I see from you people. He's holding up what process? I mean, we've been working towards process for 50 years. And y'all telling me that it's been because of Joe Manchin? He's been the reason that black people's progress has been hurt? Nah, you're just a political tool, Leonard. Leonard, you're a political tool, Leonard. Leonard, you're being used by Kamala to push these nonsensical bills through, or to promote why these nonsensical bills should be pulled through, that is not helping us at all as black people. It's actually detrimental because they support people from other countries coming into your neighborhoods and taking your jobs. So I just hope Leonard understands this. But Leonard is a political tool. That's why he gets these shows and he's getting these opportunities, because he's willing to do what they tell him, basically. He's willing to go along with the crowd. Go along to get along, as Kwame Brown would say. I think it's a mistake to try and think about this only through the lens of Democrats versus Democrats, when the fact is Republicans are consistently and unanimously standing in the way of progress, Harris told the host. Unbelievable. Some of this. She then touted items of Democrats' plan, such as child tax credit, which is said would lower black child poverty by 50%. That's a lie. That's not going to do that. Do you really think that Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, the Democrat leadership, Joe Biden, do you think they give any care at all about black poverty? Black poverty has gotten worse over the years, and it hasn't been because of Donald Trump. It's been because of inept leadership. Inept leadership Go look at some of these districts that these black senators and congressmen run. Go look at some of these districts. Look how disgracefully destroyed those communities are. And they could have done something locally to help that, and they never did. They didn't care. They only care about lining their pockets, becoming millionaires, being able to sit in power forever, which is what their goal is. And they will lie to you, and they will use people like Charlamagne in order to do that. I hear the frustration, and let's not deny the impact that we've had, and agree also that there is a whole lot more work to be done. We've been waiting years. Why do we still got work to do? We had a whole black president for 8 years, but we're still waiting for progress. That's not good enough for me, Kamala. Kamala, that's not good enough for me, Kamala. Leonard, you were used as a tool, Leonard. You were used as a tool. You invited this woman on this show to talk about what they're basically not doing, and they're not going to continue to do. Let's see. And it's not easy to do, she said, but we will not give up, and I will not give up. Well, Kamala, you've been hiding for months, so it seems to me that you've been giving up because you haven't been seen. What have you been doing, Kamala? You've been doing nothing but hiding, so Joe Biden gets all the criticism and you get none of it. And this interview is not the most flattering. You may think it is, but it's not, because you're a bad actress who should not be where you're at, but you're where you're at due to some circumstances that we can talk about and debate, but you're here. And Charlamagne, again, is being a useful idiot. Leonard, let me tell you, Leonard is being a useful idiot, because that's why guys like him get put in these positions, because he's okay with being a useful idiot for these Democratic limousine liberal establishment groups, and they're okay with him being on having these opportunities because they know that he's going to help push their narrative that they've been trying to push for years. That I don't know why some of you listen to it, because nothing but lip service, but that's just my opinion. So let me know what y'all think in the comment section below about this video. Let me know your thoughts. Make sure you like this video and share it. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.